Good afternoon, Denny here with the Madison County Vineyard. I just wanted to take a few moments to connect with you guys again today. Before I get to what I wanted to share with you, I need to first give you a heads up about our service this Sunday. Friends, the Lord has something very special planned for us, not only bacon and root beer following our service in celebration of Father's Day, but we'll also be taking communion together during our service time. With that said, if you're planning on joining us online for our service, please be sure to have your communion elements ready. The bread, which represents Christ's body, can be a piece of bread or a cracker, and the juice, which represents Christ's body, which was shed for the remission of our sins, can really be any kind of juice. Just have them ready and prepared for the service. By the way, if you have children and you want them to join you in this celebration, be sure to explain to them both the meaning and the significance behind communion. This, by the way, is a great opportunity to grow spiritually as a family, and I would really recommend that you join us for that. All right. Well, today I wanted to share something with you out of Galatians chapter 6, verses 9 and 10, which reads, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially those who belong to the family of believers." Friends, I realize given the pandemic we are still in, along with everything else that is transpiring in our nation, including rioting and cries for all kinds of change, both reasonable and unreasonable changes, it would be easy for us, really any of us, to kind of hunker down and shelter in place until all of this craziness is over. And while distancing ourselves from some of the dangers that are out there isn't a bad idea, I think Paul's words out of Galatians 6, 9, and 10 should still be the practice of all believers today. And by that I mean we shouldn't become weary, lose heart, or cease to do good things all because of the chaos that is all around us. Reason being, Paul is right. Listen, we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. And what is that harvest? Well, it seems Paul is referring to a spiritual harvest. This spiritual harvest may be how we benefit spiritually or how others will benefit spiritually. Either way, the inference here is we must continue to sow or do good things in order to reap that harvest. So what are some good things we can all do today and every day so that we will reap a spiritual harvest? Well, here are some things I personally try to do. First and foremost, pray. Pray for family. Pray for your friends. Pray for your neighbors. Pray for your church. Pray for your church leaders. Pray for the nation's leader. Pray for our first responders. You just pray for everyone. I believe, maybe you do as well, that prayer changes things. And if we don't give in and we don't give up, we will see a harvest of answered prayer. This, by the way, is why Jesus told us to keep asking, seeking, and knocking. Because if we do, we will reap a harvest. Second, I would encourage you to reach out to others. The truth is, many people right now, again, are hunkered down, waiting for all this madness to end. The problem is, choosing to do so can lead to loneliness and depression. With this in mind, if there is someone you haven't spoken to in a while, or maybe you've been thinking about them lately, would you please call them, text them, and let them know that you are thinking about them. Third, do a random act of kindness. Bake cookies for a neighbor or maybe a pastor. By the way, mine need to be gluten-free. Or when you're going through a drive-through, pay for the meal of those in the car behind you. You can send an encouraging note again to a first responder. I think they desperately need that right now. Now, in light of everything that is going on, you may think, well, Denny, what's the use? Will it really make any difference in this world that we're living in? I believe it will. In fact, I think Gandalf in The Hobbit said it best. By the way, that's one of my favorite movies, when he said, Sauron believes it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that's not what I have found. I found it is the small, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. Small acts of kindness and love. Now, church, my point is just this. In this season of uncertainty, don't forget to do good. You will reap a harvest if you don't give up. Church, I look forward to connecting with you again this Sunday at 10 a.m. By the way, we still have plenty of seats available for those of you who would like to join us in person. May God bless you all. Remember, I love you.